Hello students. In this session we discuss array as data structure. Today we discuss the array as data structure, that is concept of array, how the array is considered as abstract data type. Then we also discuss the application of array, that is searching, in detail. We discuss in this session the type of searching with example. So we start. Array data structure. Array is a container which can hold a fixed number of atoms, and these atoms should be of the same type. We all know the array is a container which holds the elements of the same type. Most of the data structure make use of array to implement their algorithms. The following are the main terms or the important terms to understand the concept of array, that is element and index. Element is nothing but each atom stored in an array is called element. Index is nothing but each location of an element in an array. Array representation. Arrays can be declared in various ways in different languages. Okay, for example, here we take the array declaration in C language. That is, we declare the array as integer name of the array, and we provide the size of the array in square brackets, and we provide the elements, list of elements in the array. There are basic operations. There are different basic operations on array, which are, first one is the traverse. That is, we can print or traverse all the elements one by one. Then insertion. What is insertion? That is, we add the element at given position. Deletion. That is, we delete an element at the given index. Then search is nothing but it searches an element at the given position. Then update, it updates an element at the given location or at the given index. Then array as ADT. What is ADT? ADT is nothing but abstract data type. Abstract data type is a type or class for objects whose behavior is defined by a set of value and a set of operations. The definition of ADT only mentions what operations are to be performed but not how these operations will be implemented. That is, ADT is nothing but it is an abstract data type which only specify the operations which are to be performed on the given list of elements, but how that operations are performed it is not specified. So same here, arrays are also implemented as ADT because they are capable of holding contiguous elements in the same order, and they permit access for the specific element via index or position. That is, by storing the element contiguously or continuously, we can access that elements using the index of that element. We can implement different operations on that array without knowing how the operations are performed. What are the advantages array as ADT? That is, advantages are fast random access of atoms or elements, then very memory efficient, then very little memory is needed other than that needed to store the contents. Then what are the disadvantages? There is slow insertion and deletion of elements in the given list when we consider the array as ADT. Then this array size must be known when the array is created, and it is fixed or static. That is, when we create any array, the size must be known. That is, the size cannot be changed at the time of execution. Then the application of arrays. There is one of the main application of array is nothing but searching. One of the main application of arrays is nothing but searching. Searching is the process of finding a given value position in a list of values. It decides whether a search key is present in the data set or not. It is the algorithmic process of finding a particular atom in a collection of atoms. So the searching is nothing but from the given list we can check that the given key value is present in the given list or not. There are some searching techniques are available, which are linear search and binary search. Linear search is also called as sequential search, and the another technique for searching is nothing but binary search. So first we discuss sequential searching. What is sequential searching? It is the simplest method for searching. In this technique of searching, the elements to be found is searched sequentially in the list. This method can be performed on a sorted or an unsorted list. Okay, that is, we can implement this sequential search for the sorted list or the unsorted list. That is, we can take any list which is randomly created. Okay, that also we can sort using this. We can search the element from this list. Okay, so here one example is given. This is the one dimensional array having the 7 element. Suppose in the given list, if you want to search the element 46, so we search the list sequentially. That is, from the 0th location and up to the last element. If when the element is found, it returns that particular location of that element. If the element is not present, it gives the error message that the key element is not present in the list. Okay, so to search an element, the worst case is to search an element from the given list. The worst case is we compare each and every element, that is the n comparisons are there. Therefore the time complexity of this algorithm sequential searching is nothing but big O of n. The time complexity is big O of n. Now next is binary search. What is binary search? This is the binary search method is used for the sorted list. Okay, search a sorted array. Be repeatedly dividing the search interval in a half. Begin with an interval covering the whole array. If the value of the search key is less than the atom in the middle of the interval, narrow the interval to the lower half. Otherwise, narrow to the upper half. Repeatedly, we check the list until the value is found or the interval is empty. The idea of binary search is to use the information that the array is sorted and reduce the time complexity to big O of log n. So binary search concept is nothing but if the given list is in a sorted order, then we use the binary search method. For binary search, each time we calculate the mid. By using the formula low plus high divided by 2. So it returns the mid, and we check that if the given search element, that key element, is less than the mid element, then we go for the upper portion of the array. Otherwise, we go for the lower portion of the array if the list is in ascending order. Okay, so first we solve the one example for the binary search. Now here example for binary search. The given sorted list is 10, 14, 19, 26, 27, 31, 33, 35, 42, and last one is the 44. So there are total 10 elements in the given list which are in a sorted order, that is in a ascending order. So first we find the mid value. To find the mid value, the formula is mid is equal to low plus high minus low divided by 2. Okay, so here 0 low is nothing but the lowest index of the array and high is nothing but highest index of the array. So the formula is 0 plus 9 minus 0 divided by 2, that is it returns the 4. Okay, it returns the 4. So mid value is here 27 and we want to search the key value as 31. So 31 is greater than the key mid value, so we go for the upper portion of the array. Okay, that is the right part of the array. So we change the low of the array. So here now low becomes mid plus 1. So here 31 is now mid and the 44 is high position. So again we calculate the mid as low plus high minus low divided by 2. So here again the mid returns as 7. Again 31 is less than 35, so we go for the upper portion of the array. Now the low becomes at the 5th position and high is at the 6th position. So it checks that the mid value is nothing but 5 and it returns the index or the location for the key element as 5. So this is the example. Okay, so here it returns the location of the element 31 when it returns the mid as 5. Okay, so here this is the example of binary search. So here in binary search we each time we find the mid and after that we go for the lower or upper portion of the array by comparing the key element with the mid element, and the search is up to the key element is present into the list or not, and when if low is greater than high then we stop the searching and the key element is not present in the list. So now comparison between sequential search and the binary search. In a linear or sequential search, it scans one atom at a time without jumping to any atom. Okay, and in a linear search the worst time complexity is big O of n, and time taken to search element it keeps increasing as the number of elements are increased. And in binary search cut down search to half as soon as we find out the middle of a sorted list. So the middle element is looked to check if it is greater than or less than the value to be searched. So accordingly search is done to either half of the given list in the binary search. Okay, so the main difference is nothing but input data needs to be sorted in binary search and not in a linear search. Linear search can be implemented on a sorted list or also an unsorted list also, but in binary search we need a sorted list. Linear search does the sequential access, whereas binary search access data randomly. That is, we find out the mid value. So we find out the data, access the data randomly. Time complexity of linear search is big O of n, whereas the binary search time complexity is big O of log n. And here linear search performs equality comparisons, but the binary search performs ordering comparison. According to the comparison of the key element and the mid element, it performs the ordering comparison. Okay, so this is the difference between sequential search and binary search. So thank you.